Hey folks, welcome to Ballyhoo Creations. This video will show you how to use the new character appliques I've designed for embroidery machines. There are 4 characters and they work well on lots of projects like coasters, and this is hoop art shown here. Future videos will show you how to make journals, mug rugs, and even a fabric envelope with these appliques on them. So to start with this, you hoop some cutaway stabilizer. I guess you could use some tearaway as well, and then I'm just going to float the backing fabric, which is a cotton quilt fabric, and I'm just using white to make it show up really easily. And I've loaded some dark gray thread in here. You can use any dark color, and you don't need to change thread colors for the entire project. Every time the machine stops, you don't need to change the color, you just need to trim and add more fabric for the layers. So once you've got your outline, that shows you where you want to place the skin colored fabric, and I'm going to use some felt for this particular project here, but you can also use anything that doesn't fray. So t-shirt material, I like a cotton jersey stretch knit for doll making. That is in different skin colors. It works great, and I'll show you at the end a project with that. But here I'm using just some cheap felt from like Hobby Lobby or Michael's or something. So the next step is to stitch the head outline as well as the face onto the character. And I'll speed through that. And then you take it off again, and you want to trim away all those little jump threads. And my apologies, there are a lot of tiny little jump threads in this project. That was unavoidable with these sketch type faces. There has to be a lot of connections in between. So just trim those off and be patient. Tiny little scissors works great. And then you want to trim around the outside of the head, neck, and chest area on these appliques. Leave about an 1/8 inch between the stitching and the excess fabric. And some sharp curved embroidery scissors are very good for that. Then I'm laying down some black felt for the hair color in this project. You can use any hair color that you want. I'm just using black because it's very it stands out really well for this. So this will stitch a bean stitch, which is a triple stitch. It goes forward, backward, forward for each stitch, so it's 3 stitches in one. It goes all the way around. And then take that off and trim away the outside around the hair. And then you'll also want to go and trim inside. That's a reverse applique technique, so it reveals the face underneath. So now you've got the shape of the hair. And if you need to snip away a little extra, just push up from the back and you can get closer to that. And then felt is very linty, so I'm using a tape lint roller here to get the excess off. And you can see that I've got a template off to the right there. All of these designs come with a full-size template, so you can see where the placement is. And there's a little bodice on this character. Some of them have shirts, but she just has kind of a little halter top thing. This is optional, but I'm going to go ahead and stitch that on. And then you take it off the machine and trim away that blue fabric just like everything else. Just go slow and patient with this. It can be kind of hard to get a nice clean cut, so just go slow, and you can always come and clean it up later. Then I'm going to remove these basting threads, so I'm going to clip the bobbin threads in the back first and pull those out, and then from the top just remove the rest of the top threads on the front side. And then if you need to smooth out, the needle will leave some holes. You can just kind of rub it out or iron it, and that should cover up those holes so you won't see those basting stitches. And then to embellish these, you can leave them plain if you want. They look great that way, but I also like to embellish them. I'm going to use these fabric markers to color in her lips. Some of them have eyes where you might want to add a blue, green, or a brown or something for the iris of the eye. And I also like to use a white paint marker for the whites of the eyes. But on this one, her eyes are closed, so I can't show you that. But this is some hot pink lips. And then you can just embellish them with whatever you want. I like to put flowers in their hair. The boy characters have hats that are optional. I have some metal charms that I like to use on these. You could use a ribbon bow. I've got a whole bunch of this stuff. If you're into beading, you could always embellish them with beads. Just all kinds of things there. And here's a set of coasters that I made. These are the 4 characters in the release that's coming out in May of 2020. So these are the 4 characters, and these are about 4x4 inch coasters that I made. And of course, like I said, upcoming videos will show you how to make things like fabric journals with these. I've got a fabric envelope. There's a bunch of different kind of projects that you can put these appliques on. So if you like it and want to see future videos, subscribe for more or visit on the web at ballyhoocreations.com.